It's here. Tenthguard presents the brilliant new feature-length guide to foil fencing, Get the Edge. 1 hour 27 minutes packed with information, training and expertise, presented by Olympic and World Champions coach Professor Laszlo Jakab over 6 chapters. Designed for beginners and advanced novices through to more experienced fencers wanting to revisit their technique, this is the definitive introduction to foil fencing. Available in European PAL and American NTSC versions, it's the must-have fencing DVD for this year. So learn, improve, and start winning with Get the Edge. Fencing hasn't always been a sport. It used to be, well, a matter of life and death.
Well, we start, I suppose, modern fencing with the 16th century, when for the first time gentlemen began to wear swords, and fencing masters were needed to teach these young men how to defend themselves.
This is Laszlo Jakab, international coach to Olympic and World Champions. Laszlo comes from Hungary, so his English may not be perfect, but it's a lot better than my Hungarian. So listen carefully. When shaking hands with an opponent or coach at the beginning and end of a lesson or bout, always use your non-sword hand. It's an old tradition to stop you getting stabbed. Fencing has its own code of honour and conduct. You must always salute your opponent, even in the old days of fights to the death. This is done by extending your sword arm horizontally towards your adversary, then bringing it vertically with the guard towards your chin, before falling back into the on-guard position, and awaiting the command to fence. So at close distance, you just need to extend your arm to hit your opponent. At medium distance, you need to lunge. Extend the arm, lunge. It's as though your wrist is pulling your ankle through an invisible piece of string. At longer distance, you need to do a step lunge. Step, extend the arm, extend the foot, step, arm, foot. Let's have a look at that again. Note how John drops his backhand to give himself momentum. This is an attack. John has his sword arm in line towards his opponent. He has priority. But as he pulls his sword arm back, he loses that priority and needs to re-establish it before it can be a valid attack. This is another form of attack, a change of engagement called a disengage. Just move your blade under your opponent's from one side to the other and get stuck in.
Like that, stand still, stand still. Like that, next time step backward. He has much more time to act which play he has to take.
Okay.
Step forward. And the play, yes. It's very important, step backward. Have to hold your hand as much as you can, step forward, and the play now. In this situation, mostly anticipation. What I'm going to do is like a second intention, step variant riposte.
Laszlo attacks, John parries, riposte with a feint to the low line, then up to the high line.
Okay, a little bit faster.
Now don't worry if you're not quite up to this standard yet. Practice and you'll get there. And even professors have their off days.
Oh. That's sorry. Oh, a little discipline off.
Watch the following sequence as John and Alex perform variations on a similar set of moves. Alex will attack. John will parry with circular sext and riposte. Alex will parry carte and counter riposte either directly to John's flank or indirectly to his chest. When you're doing a circular parry, always do it so that the circular motion takes your opponent's blade away from your body. Watch Alex's moves closely. When you get to the end of this music sequence, pause the DVD. Close your eyes and try and visualize those moves. Then practice them without a sword against an invisible adversary. Once you're registered, you'll need to find somewhere to dump your gear and get changed. Not to put too fine a point on it, fencing's a fairly sweaty sport, so take plenty of spare t-shirts and keep warm between bouts. Take plenty to drink and have some high-energy snacks at the ready. Next, get warmed up and practice with colleagues or your coach. This is Alex on the right, in the finals of this tournament. She's 4-1 down. If modern fencing has anything in common with the old duels, it's courage. And if there's one lesson to be learned, it's never give up and never give in.